Now I'm going to introduce someone who really doesn't need an introduction, but I'm going to introduce him because I think that he is worthy of being introduced. George Sowa is an extraordinary individual. He thinks about every detail. He goes to bed at night thinking about Trenton and how he can make it better. He wakes up in the morning thinking about how he can make this city better. And he wakes up every morning thinking about who else can I bring to the table, because he recognizes that he can't do this lift alone. George, we are grateful that you're here, and we're honored that you chose Trenton to spend your days working and toiling on the behalf of Trentonians. Please welcome George Sowa.
Well, thank you, Commissioner, and thank you all for coming out tonight. This is a tremendous event, and again, I'm so honored and thrilled that you all take time out of your schedule. And this segment of time actually seems like it's become almost between that right after Thanksgiving and right before the holidays begin. It seems like this is a really great time to have this. And so, again, thank you so much for taking the time to join us here tonight. And before I begin my comments, I wanted to make sure I recognize the elected officials in the room, and we have a number of them here, so I would like to call them out. And if we can hold the applause until the end, I'd appreciate it. So representing the great state of New Jersey from the 15th Legislative District, we have Assemblywoman Verlina Reynolds Jackson. We have Assemblyman and MCIA Executive Director Anthony Varelli. And from the 14th Legislative District, we have Assemblyman Wayne D'Angelo. Representing the marvelous County of Mercer, we have County Executive Dan Benson. Mercer County Commissioner and tonight's MC, Sam Frisbee. We have the County Clerk, Paula Salami Covello, who's having a very busy night tonight with the runoffs here in the South Ward, but actually she took the time to make sure she was here tonight. And also representing the capital city of New Jersey, and we just heard from our wonderful Mayor, Reed Gashora. We also have Council President Crystal Feliciano, Councilwoman Tesca Frisbee, and Councilwoman Yaz Gonzalez. And last and certainly not least, and hopefully I'm not forgetting any elected officials that are here, representing our great neighboring township of Hamilton Township, we have Hamilton Township Council President and the Mercer County Director of Economic Development, Anthony Carabelli. So again, if we have a nice round of applause for all the elected officials. I'm sorry, and I understand County Commissioner John Cimino. John, I did not see you, so, so welcome. Yes, and Olympia Luke Perry, I'm sorry, I saw her tonight too, and I'm sorry, Councilwoman, I did not mention your name as well, but again, welcome and thank you for coming. So while I might be slightly biased, I do think this is my favorite event of the year, and it's our only event of the year that we hold as an organization, because we're a small organization, unlike the Chamber of Commerce and others that do such a great job with all their events. But one of the things we take a lot of pride in is making sure that this event represents very much the diversity and the equality of the city, and so we make a real point to make sure that we have representation from throughout the city. To that end, we bring together government, education, business, clergy, and community leaders to make sure that we do have representation from throughout the city. Now, I'm pleased to announce that with that representation, we have 5 college and universities that are present, including 2 college and university presidents here with us tonight. We have multiple CEOs, presidents, business owners of all sizes and businesses throughout the region here tonight. We have multiple, and I suspect we may get an amen on this one, multiple leaders of churches and other religious faith-based organizations. So again, thank you for coming. And also many community leaders here as well, representing all areas, efforts, and causes throughout the city. We couldn't make this event happen, though, without the tremendous board of directors that we have here at Greater Trenton and the sponsors that actually have committed to the event year after year. And so I would like to take some time, at the risk of sounding like the Oscars, I know it's a long list, so if you bear with me here, I'd like to read off their names because it is so important to making sure this event's the success that it is. So, presenting sponsors, we have NJM Insurance Group, which has been here from the very first year and every year thereafter as presenting sponsor. Again, thank you. If we hold their applause to the end again, I appreciate it. So, and also this year, for the second year in a row, we have Capital Health as the co-presenting sponsor of the event. The business sponsor level, we have NJBIA, Johnson & Johnson, Princeton University, Choose New Jersey, NAOP, which is the Commercial Real Estate Association. We have our Greater Trenton board member, Bernie, and his wife, Ann Flynn, Hibbert, New Jersey Economic Development Authority, Kane University, PNC Bank, Meridian, and Princeton Mercer Chamber of Commerce. At the sustaining sponsor level, we have PSE&G, the College of New Jersey, Citizens Bank, AT&T, Trenton Corrugated, the Greater Trenton Board Chair and the wine sponsor, Kevin Cummings, the African American Chamber of Commerce, Freddie and Rosa Rosado as our honorees, Mercer County Community College, and my wife Lisa and I. At the supporting sponsor level, we have Nissa Vakwa, Dwayne Morris, Clark Kate Hintz, MCIA, Nexus Properties, Pot Real Estate LLC, the Trenton Thunder, DDI Equities, Rue Insurance, JSB Insurance, Stark & Stark, and Princeton Area Community Foundation. Again, if we have a round of applause for our sponsors, I'd appreciate it. And again, I have some others. If you just bear with me a little while longer, I'll eventually get to the body of my comments. But we have a tremendous event committee as well, and they do a tremendous job that makes our job that much easier. I'd like to recognize them as well. So Jacqueline Baptiste, Elijah Dixon, John Goderke, Reggie Hallett, and Reggie's back there and does a great job every year for us. Duncan Harrison, Pat Harpence, Janine LaRue, Aquita Owens, John Rogers, and certainly not but lastly, the last one I'm going to mention, Mike Fairwagner. And also Greater Trenton staff. We also serve on the event committee, so we have Angelica Stern and Shirley Michael, who both do a tremendous job for us every day. And Shirley's husband, Don Michael, and Shirley's sister, Susan, who's also part of the extended Greater Trenton family, doing a great job for us as well. So again, wanted to thank them. Also the Franzini family, we have 3 of Karen's children, which they make to the event. And I wanted to recognize Sam, Anna, and Sarah, and we'll be hearing from them shortly. Food and Drinks, Cooper's Riverview. Again, they do a tremendous job for us here every year. I wanted to thank them and recognize their staff. They do such a nice job for us. And also 1911 Smokehouse, and last year's Business Impact Award recipient, Reggie Hallett and Reggie's wife, Isis, is here, and it makes a date night for them. So. And finally, on the photography and video work, I see Jamie, I don't know where Jamie is. Jamie Escapata, who does a great job for us every year, taking photos for us and documenting. And they're recording tonight's video and making sure that people have future ability to view it. We have Mike and Gabby Johnson. They're founders of YourTownTube.com. So this is a largest local social media group that's out there with 3.4 million hits a month on their website. So they're here and encourage you to be interviewed by them, and you can share your thoughts and become an internet sensation just here tonight. So I do encourage you to get to know them. And then the last I wanted to mention, the producer of tonight's impactful videos, and frankly, every video that Greater Trenton has ever produced of any consequence, Brian Evans. Brian was our senior VP. So Brian has done such a great job for us and continues to do a great job for us, as you'll see in these videos here tonight. So again, Brian, thank you as always, your support, your friendship, and just the great work that you do on behalf of all of us. And I'd be absolutely remiss if I didn't mention my wife, Lisa, who's also here tonight. So again, thank you again for always being by us and the rock of our family. So big things are happening in Trenton, as the mayor mentioned, and really a direct result of the efforts of many, including those of Greater Trenton. So currently there's over 400 housing units under construction and under development here in Trenton in 4 different projects, including the redevelopment and transformation of the former Holiday Inn Hotel. So that's a very exciting project, and if you drive by the former Van Sciver building, they're actually demolishing the back of that building, keeping the front facade, and making 120 new units, a parking garage, and some retail space right on Mill Hill Park. So tremendously exciting project in the core of the downtown. So what Dan Brent is doing over the Bell Telephone building, and making 100 units over there, and others where Roland Pott and his partners doing over South Clinton, the Clinton Lofts. And so there are some very exciting projects that are happening here. Also, the development of the city-owned, the Enterprise Avenue site, where there's going to be a new building built there, bringing 100 jobs and accommodating the expansion of a business here in Trenton. So another very exciting project that's creating jobs for Trentonians, by Trentonians, and so it's really very, very exciting to see that. And then most recently, as the mayor mentioned, they recently announced approval by the EDA board, and again, I wanted to thank the EDA board. Some of the EDA folks are here in the room for their approval of moving forward with this grant. This is an extremely exciting opportunity for the city to try to move a very, very long dormant project forward that can be extremely impactful in the downtown. So again, I want to commend the mayor and the EDA for moving this forward. So look, we remain committed to our purpose and mission of acting as a catalyst to improve the lives of current and future Trentonians and businesses, and serving as a catalyst, connector, convener, and partner, and bringing in investors, developers, brokers, and working with the community to make sure we maximize the outcome and the positive impacts of all these projects. And so, again, we're absolutely committed to making sure that we continue to move things forward in Trenton for Trentonians and by Trentonians. It's really important to make sure we get that part right, and we absolutely will. And so, unfortunately, achieving significant positive change of consequence takes some time, and unfortunately, longer than any of us would like. And believe me, I'm one of those that keep pounding the table. How come we can't have this done already? But again, we're moving forward, and there's some very positive things that are happening and will continue to happen here in the city. And so again, thanks for joining us tonight, and best wishes for holiday season and a wonderful and healthy holiday season.
YourTownTube is today's #1 all-local promotion, social media, and networking in the central New Jersey region. The most attractive, fastest, and most affordable ways to reach a huge local audience.